I am Philip Munyasia, the founder of OTEPIC, that means Organic Technology Extension and Promotion of Initiative Center. We are also the member of Global Eco-Village Network in Africa. OTEPIC is involved in improving the people living in urban areas through coming together in communities, growing abundance in mixed cultures without chemicals, recycling of waste and making of compost, treating water as a living being, be friendly to animals, make income from surplus, saving seeds, cook with solar energy and biogas, share with neighbors, and our real motto is to join the real food revolution. The main issue that OTEPIC is trying to emphasize here is how to combat the effect of deforestation. People are cutting down trees just to get charcoal for heating, for cooking. And this has been described as the causative agent of poverty, or the cancer of poverty in this region. We can see the spread of desertification going on, and a lot of people are cutting down trees and have been making this just as a business to create an income without realizing how is the effect of deforestation. When you go down to the community level, you find women groups walking long distances, which is a physical, ever-draining work that lasts for so many hours just to look for firewood. You find young girls, they stay away from school looking for firewood, which actually perpetuate the cycle of disempowerment, especially to the girl child education. Women with their kids, they go down deep into the forest looking for firewood. And sometimes, in various cases, some of the women are attacked or raped. That's why OTEPIC is coming with a simple solution to this community by making simple biogas system. You can just make use of waste to create energy for cooking rather than cutting down trees or going or moving or transporting a lot of heap of firewood from long distances. A lot of young people are always chosen from various communities to come to OTEPIC and learn this simple technology idea, in which they are taught the theory part of it and the practical part of it, and they are sent to their communities to take these knowledges back there. We hold various demonstrations in which OTEPIC give them fundamental teaching principles which they can help their community with these ideas. During our training, we welcome various people to come. We make it and we demonstrate it, and so that when they go back to their home, they can also be able to implement it. Since we started this project, OTEPIC has managed to improve the living standard of people by helping them to set up simple biogas system.
Gasi imeanza kufanya kazi, ndio tunapika chai tukunywe sasa. Ngana tuaje mimi na ngana nione mambo ya biogas.
Tunapenda biogas. Tunapenda biogas. Biogas. Tunapenda biogas. Tunapenda biogas. Biogas. Tunapenda biogas. Tunapenda biogas.
Biogas is a simple technology which can be made in one day. In this, we have been teaching people how they can recycle the waste that they never thought it could be useful, just turning trash to treasures. We have been teaching people how they can collect any waste from their gardens, from pieces of leaves, from the kitchen waste. They cut them into smaller pieces, mix it with water, and then you feed it into this system in which, with the help of bacterial activities, it can help to break down this, and we get gas, which we directly to the kitchen. And also, we not only that we get gas, but also we get a waste that coming from biogas system, which we take it back to the garden. So this was OTEPIC garden before, which we now using it as a demonstration ground. The soil was so poor, but now with the permaculture activity, we are able to grow various foods, and we use this place as a demonstration site so that people can come learn how is it possible to grow food in a small piece of land that they ever think. How could you grow food in a very poor soil that it could not be imagined before? In this land, we tried to demonstrate various prototype system, how to plant nitrogen-fixing plant and other plants that can also take nitrogen from the soil. We are also making small retention landscape in which we slow down the movement of water. In the beginning, we had a problem with pests and diseases, but now the land is very balanced because everything controls each other. When you go to the slum, where people never really thought how they can grow more food to feed the people there, how could they feed the ever-growing population in the slum? We found a simple solution how to make these simple bags, which is people always throw them away, by putting compost and gravel on it, and they can grow various vegetables on this. So people in the slum also have an opportunity to grow their own food, which they never thought they could do this. Various farmers also have a lot of banana plants. They grow banana for nutritional purposes, but also we try them to look more than that, in which they try to maximize the usage of all the materials, like in this case, banana stem. Banana stem can take a lot of water from the deeper part of the soil, and banana stem itself can be reused again for growing various food because it has a lot of water. Banana stem can take a lot of nutrient from the deeper part of soil, in which can help also to grow various food. But also banana stem has a lot of hormones called anthraquinone, which in medics is used for revitalizing the hair. But in this case, it helps the plants to have more root air so that they can dissolve softly into the old stem of the banana, and it turn out to be a compost, and it support the plant again. We have various programs, especially for the children, to learn how well they can live in harmony with the nature. We grow a lot of sunflower first for the production of oil, but also the material, raw material from the sunflower. We use it for growing mushroom. We put mushroom seeds into this material. We grow them because we don't have much trees. We try to use all this material from sunflower for growing. And we hang them all over the roof so that we can grow a lot of mushroom. And we have been harvesting mushroom twice a week, in which at the end of 3 months, the material doesn't have more energy anymore. And we took all the material back to the land because this material already have a lot of mycelia. Mycelia helps the soil to detoxify various hydrocarbon, which is the most pollutant factor and which is affecting the soil pH. As far as if the soil pH is affected, we have less production in our farms. Various women groups are now growing a lot of mushrooms, and they are able to sell it to the local market, and they get also money to take their children back to school. Another system that we are making is for mini chef lamira. In this case, we use an old satellite dish, which people never thought of using it before. But we mount a mirror pieces on it, and we use also various old bicycle parts. And because Kenya is in the equator, we receive a lot of sunshine, which we can make use of this. And in this case, we are demonstrating it to various people who attended the training how to cook an egg using a minor chef lamira. There are some various specific food which you can cook from this minor chef Lamira. You can cook tea, you can cook rice, vegetable, and so forth. So this is how we're teaching people how to make use anything that they have around their surrounding. And we have been not only showing them, but we are always try to involve them so that they can have a practical ideas on how to implement this into their own homes. Otepek has 2 small centers into 2 different slums, in Mitume slum and in Ibidi area, where we offer trainings on theory basis and on practical basis, just learning by doing. We also go to the communities down to teach the women groups how well they can try to implement these technologies into their own homes, and especially how are they also sharing with the neighbors around them so that the knowledge can spread on and go on even if we are not there. As far as we go in various places, sometimes due to mobility problem, we try also to use farmers' land as the demonstration center where people also can come in their own lands and learn how we can demonstrate various initiatives. We hold trainings in various places, and due to high turnout number of people who come to our training, sometimes we don't have chairs, in that we have a creative sitting, like sitting on the stones, on bricks, as far as they get the inputs. Since we started the project, 2,500 people have managed to benefit from our program. Various women groups and young people also managed to benefit from this program. Another system that we're trying to make here is making of the rocket stove. Is an alternative or decentralized energy system, which can be made from simple available resources, like in this case sodas, clay, and cow dung, which are mixed with a little bit of water, and you can create a chamber where you can heat it up, insulate it, and you get more heat. And due to poor ventilation system in African kitchen, rocket stove is very good because it produces no smoke, which always affect people. A lot of people have been having a lot of respiratory diseases because of a lot of smoke. But when you use rocket stove, you have no smoke. And rocket stove is very hot, produces a lot of strong flames, which can cook food very fast and also help to burn all the gases up. So we make it with those clays and dry it up, and we heat it up so that it cannot break. And also it uses less fuel. Tree planting, we do a lot of tree planting. In terms to reduce, reuse, and to recycle, since a lot of people have been using a lot of charcoal, there is always a waste that comes from the charcoal. These are charcoal fragments which they throw it away, which contaminates the land and the drainage system. So we have been teaching people how they can make use of this waste by recycling it. They can mix this waste with clay and cow dung, and we have various herbs which they can mix with it, and when they burn or dry it, they produce it, and also the herbs also help to chase the mosquito away. When you go down to the community level, you find a lot of plastic bags around, and Otepek have been working a lot with young people on theater activity, acting, dance group, and these people also have been coming with creative ideas on how they can make use of all this waste, recycle all this waste. Before, community members have been burning all these plastics, but now these people have been picking all this plastic and they started making football, in which they started selling it to various schools, They create money in which they can buy pens and books, and which they can take their children back to school. We have a lot of heaps of plastic bags in which can be mixed with clay, and in this case groups can make something creative like a pool table, make of plastic and clay. We have school outreach program in which we go to various schools to help them set up various gardens, and also school children comes to our place to learn. To promote peace, stability in the region, we have been trying to use various initiatives in the communities. We have been encouraging farmers to exchange open pollinated seeds from one community to another. And also in our training, we try to encourage farmers to come with any indigenous seeds, open pollinated seeds. We pull them together, and at the end of training, any farmers can take any smallest amount of seed and go and try it in his home. We encourage people to save their own seeds, indigenous seeds, because it's very much adapted to the area. It's adapted to the drought, it's adapted to the pests, it's adapted to the diseases. And if they use the hybrid seeds, they always get a lot of losses. And to cut down the cost of production, that's why we have been encouraging the farmers to exchange seeds from one community to another. And this is also has helped to create peace and coexistence among various tribes who are always in big conflict in the northwest part of Kenya. When it comes to water, water is a very big issue, and people have been drinking water that is likely to make them sick. There is a lot of people, especially young children, whom their immunity system is still not strong. They have been falling sick of diarrhea and dysentery and other diseases. And Otepek has been coming with various initiatives, how we drill the borehole and we use solar panels so that we can pump up the water so that the community can come and use the water just free of charge. As long as the community come and get the water in our center for free, we also take that advantage and we teach them simple ideas, various technologies which they can help them implement into their garden. We also try to create a closed system into the water cycle, in which, as far as we are teaching people about the hygiene, in that wherever they come to take water, they have to wash up their containers. But the wastewater, we try to channel it back to the garden, in which can be reused for growing other plants that needs a lot of water, like in this case, guavas. There's various initiatives about water project that we have been doing in the communities, and we have been going from one slum to another to create a water system so that people could have access to clean water free of charge. And since we have done this, we have seen a great impact on people's life, like children's. There's a low turnout of children going to the hospital, and there is always good interaction between project and the community around. Now Otepek is planning to make and to help or to teach various orphan children's home to have gardens which they can help them in school feeding programs. and also alternative energy systems so that they can become more independent. They can have their own food and their own energy system to feed this orphan children's home. And if you would like to support OTEPIC project, donation are really appreciated.